Sageforsaken here, and today we're looking at the core custom contest. I did go ahead and throw some pictures of my customs in here since there was not enough participation, but we're going to go ahead and start looking at the first participant, Nick Phillips, with his Punisher figure. I actually might have used the head from the person who came with that rocket launcher he's carrying right there if I were making this guy, because Punisher sometimes has that band around his forehead. But really clean look. I like that he painted very well the gray lines. Of course, the skull on the chest is very clean, and it looks like the Punisher. There's no question about what figure that was. So keep up the good work. I've used that figure body for all sorts of stuff. Like I used it when I did my update to Troll. I think it's Troll. I can't remember right now. I'm half asleep. Basically, and I almost used the same head you were going to use with that body. You used the same head you were going to use with that base body. You ended up using a different head. I've also used this body for a Cyclops, keeping it with the comic books. Really good with comic book 90s feel for this diver body. It really can scream 90s feel. And the sci-fi cyberpunk future cop or whatever also worked very good with this base body. Moving on to video games, Duke Nukem from DC CULVER. I really love the attention to fabrication on this one. He fabricated the sunglasses, made the Nukem sign, and he's using all core parts here, but he had to come up with some workarounds since the arms don't work together the way they come. Of course, Lara Croft is one of the video game characters I've made before. I've also made a Mario and a few other things. Really liking the fact that you can get so much mileage out of a core figure. Also I love the fact that you're fabricating stuff. For example, you can see in the top right here, the very rightmost figure, this was a static figure. I completely articulated it using other parts. Okay, moving right along. So our SHAWN MCABEE's Space Death Knight. This is my naming. I don't know what he calls it. I just thought it would be cool to be a Death Knight in space, but I almost called it something else. It's always a toss-up. It could have been a zombie astronaut, or something like that. Irradiated astronaut. But I really love how the helmet works over the skull like that. It looks really cool. I'll probably be making one like this similar myself. I am such on a space kick right now. I use the boulder body a lot for my space figures, but I also have used other bodies you can see in the top right here. In fact, my most ambitious astronaut figure is about to be shown, and it was a nightmare. I completely had to fabricate the helmet and everything, fabricate the buttons and stuff that go on the front of the chest of an astronaut. I did go ahead and keep it a red paint job so that there wouldn't be a bad paint rub. He's looking pretty cool with that. Helmet's from a Imaginext figure. Anyway, moving right along, still at space, kind of, or maybe I called it a space cowboy. He could have been a cyber centaur. I don't know what to call him, but basically using royal breeds. This is still core parts, and because it's made by Lanard, I said anything made by Lanard can work. And that's what I love about making customs, is that basically you can make whatever you imagine or someone else has imagined and make it yours. For example, the whole point of me starting to make customs was because I wanted to make a Destiny action figure, and I didn't want to start my first custom on a really expensive $20 figure, and if it went bad, hate it. So I went to Walmart at the time and got my first core figure, and that was starting me down the road. Of course, I've made customs with other figures. Here's another Destiny figure, because I kind of just wanted to keep pushing myself and seeing what I could do with different bodies and different types of figures. But, even though this bigger figure is awesome, I find myself keep going back to the core. The core has pulled me back in time and time again. Here's where I made Dracula's castle, and here's a bunch of random stuff I made. So you can tell I'm really into customizing, and I really need to do some more. I've been kind of lax lately, but I love seeing you guys work. And so I want to go ahead and go with the runner-up here is Duke Nukem. Now, I actually really had a hard time picking what to pick for the winner and the runner-up and everything. I think everybody should get a prize. If I can fit it in the budget, I'll do that if you send me you guys' email. But the Space Death Knight is the winner. I just love space figures, and this Death Knight figure was actually really cool. I'd hate to have these guys coming after me and be nightmare. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, and pour on the plastic.